Weinstein.
And I'm Rebecca Silverberg. Tonight on Heebline, we have an in-depth look into Shavuot, one of the three Jewish pilgrimage holidays, celebrated starting on the 6th day of the Jewish month of Sivan, for a single day in Israel and 2 days in the diaspora.
Shavuot began in biblical times as a purely agricultural holiday, marking the end of the wheat harvest and the beginning of a new harvest period that would last from Shavuot until Sukkot. During this day-long festival, 2 loaves of leavened bread were traditionally brought from the temple as a sacrifice.
Following the destruction of the temple in 70 AD, the agricultural rituals could no longer be observed. Eventually, there came a transformation of Shavuot from an agricultural holiday to a historical celebration. The holiday became associated with the anniversary of the revelation at Sinai, the story of Moses receiving of the 10 Commandments and later the Torah directly from God, while leading the exiled Jews away from Egypt. Since then, the holiday has forever been associated with Zman Matan Torateno, the time of the giving of the Torah.
The word Shavuot itself means weeks, since the holiday is celebrated 7 weeks after Passover. Shavuot begins exactly 50 days from the first Seder of Passover. This period between Passover and Shavuot is considered a period of mourning, and there is a tradition to count these days of Omar. The holiday has been called Azeret, meaning withdraw, emphasizing the notion that withdrawing from menial labor.
We now go live to the base of Mount Sinai. Moses has just been observed heading back down from the summit. Here we are at the scene of the revelation. Notice that people are camping out at the bottom of the hill because 3 days prior to Shavuot are boundary days, when the Jews in ancient times were encamped near Sinai.
Oh wow, there's Moses receiving the covenant.
Oh my God, it's Moses.
Oh my God, this is a monumental occasion that we are witnessing. This only happens once a year.
Moses, do you have a minute?
Of course, this is one of the most important days of the year.
So what just happened?
Well, I just received the Torah, which guides the ongoing relationship between God and the Jews. This covenant is like the rule of law for Jews. This covenant is the source of morality and ethics for Jews and guides them to strive for perfection.
So you reenact this revelation every year at Mount Sinai?
I mean, I pretty much have to. New tragic events and experience constantly challenge the covenant, so we have to keep renewing it on this holiday.
Wow, that's amazing. I can't believe we just witnessed the revelation. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Let's ask some other people what they thought of this event at Sinai.
Rabbi Norman Lamb of Yeshiva University, what can you tell us about what just occurred?
Well, I just witnessed God dictating the Torah to Moses through the revelation at Mount Sinai.
And as a traditionalist, what did that mean to you?
Everything. The Torah is a type authority that rules over my life and the life of all Jews. It is taken literally and does not need interpreting, since it is obviously clear that God just gave the covenant to my people.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your views. Enjoy Shavuot and continue to let the Torah guide you in your ways.
Chaim.
Mordecai Kaplan, what are your views on the revelation?
The revelation in the Torah are processes and outcomes of natural human activity. It is through collective life that the Torah emerges.
What do you mean by this naturalistic perspective?
We discover truth through nature. Jewish beliefs and practices change as the community changes, and reconstruct as the Jews themselves reconstruct.
Interesting. Thank you, Mordecai.
You're welcome.
Mr. Heschel, it's a pleasure to see you here today. How do you understand the events that just took place?
Well, I know there was an encounter between God and Moses just now at Mount Sinai. Other than that, though, I'm not exactly sure what happened.
How does this event guide your beliefs then?
Well, we know something occurred that was special, and the rest is midrash. God can guide and command, but not legislate. Therefore, the Jews are equally involved in the formation of what was just revealed. We must listen to our fellow Jews in the ancient midrash in order to be sure how God would want us to live our lives.
Thank you, Mr. Heschel. It was a pleasure hearing a middle-of-the-road position on the revelation. Ms. Gilman, what is your take on the Jewish religion through the famous revelation?
The whole revelation began as a myth. This myth then became true because everyone in the community built the Jewish faith around this revelation.
What is the importance of the Jewish myth?
Well, the myth has become canonized in literature and thus dictates rules to society. It becomes authoritative once society adopts it. This myth was humanly rendered, but became the basis of our religion.
Very insightful. Thank you. Clearly, there are some different interpretations of the revelation. These different interpretations could really influence how one celebrates Shavuot.
Well, lucky for you, we have some footage on how Jews in America celebrate Shavuot.
Unlike many Jewish holidays, there are no rituals for the observance of Shavuot explicitly laid out in the Bible. As a consequence, over time, traditions and customs have evolved within the community to become ritual. Earlier, we had time to sit with the Goldschmidt's family on the eve of their Shavuot celebration.
Hi, I'm here with Adam and Sarah Goldschmidt and their son Jacob. Together they're preparing for tomorrow's celebration and performing some of the customary rituals. Mrs. Goldschmidt, what are you doing over there?
Well, I'm participating in the custom of Tikkun Leil Shavuot. It is a tradition of staying up for the whole first night of Shavuot studying the Torah. So as a family, we are reading and studying parts of the Bible.
Where does this ritual originate from?
The custom is said to stem from the Midrash on the story of the Israelites at Sinai as they waited for the revelation. According to this explanation, the Israelites casually overslept the morning of the revelation and had to be awoken by God through a great display of lightning and thunder. So as rectification for this blunder, we force ourselves to stay up the entire night. To prepare for Shavuot, we study and recite parts of the Hebrew Bible. Traditionally, some people will read verses from every parsha of the Torah and every book of the Tanakh, specifically from the book of Ruth, in addition to passages from other Jewish texts.
What's the significance of the book of Ruth?
Well, the book of Ruth is significant because the most commonly accepted justification is that a Moabite widow came into Israel around the time of Shavuot, who was Ruth. Her acceptance into the Jewish community has been likened to the Israelites' welcoming of God's Torah. It should be mentioned that Shavuot is very much a synagogue-centered holiday. In addition to reading from Ruth, synagogue services incorporate special prayers, traditional holiday candlelighting, and the recitation of the Kiddush.
Adam, what are you all eating?
Cheese. It is a custom to eat dairy throughout the celebration of Shavuot. So we eat cheese and cheese-filled pastries like blitzes and strudels and drink milk.
Why specifically dairy products?
There are a few proposed explanations, perhaps the most common of which is that up until the events of Sinai, the Israelites had no knowledge of kosher laws. So following the revelation, they could not eat the meat that had previously prepared without following the laws of kashrut, kosher dietary restrictions. To be safe, the Israelites ate the available dairy foods. It has also been claimed that dairy symbolizes modesty, and so we symbolically continue to eat dairy products on Shavuot today.
Jacob, what are you doing over here?
I am decorating. It has become a tradition to decorate homes and synagogues with greenery, flowers, and paper cuts of flowers. This stems from the idea that the desert around Mount Sinai sprung up with beautiful vegetation when God ascended with the Ten Commandments. It has also been said that the greenery is supposed to serve as a reminder that the Torah is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it.
Well, it looks wonderful, Jacob. And thank you to the whole Goldschmidt family. Wow, we just saw some pretty intense celebration of Shavuot.
I mean, although it's synagogue-based and has less distinguishing rituals than most Jewish holidays, it's still pretty significant. That's probably why people get so involved in traditions that do exist, like staying up all night studying, eating dairy, decorating the home and synagogue with flowers, and reading the book of Ruth.
Yeah, and a lot of Jews also attend temple on this holiday to hear the recitation of the Ten Commandments. I must admit this service is pretty special since the Hallel, the Psalms of Praise, and the Yizkor are done.
True, but the most important part of the holiday is still the reenactment of Moses receiving the covenant at Mount Sinai.
Yeah, isn't the Feast of Weeks known as the marriage between God and Israel?
Absolutely. The holiday is about an everlasting covenant between God and the Jewish people. It represents a continuous giving of the Torah.
Oh, right. The unfolding of this holiday every year is supposed to bring new understanding, new experiences, and new ways to live by the guidelines of the Torah in each generation.
Yeah, on Shavuot, Jews are supposed to reaffirm their destiny as people of the unfinished covenant. They are supposed to experience the revelation and strive for perfection year after year.
Well, on that note, everyone should prepare for the Ishru Hag, the day after the festival, and remember to celebrate next year, and the year after that as well.
Yeah, but don't forget to continue the Shavuot celebration today.
From Heebline, good night, Hamilton.